Oh boy, I'm so tired. Let's get this review going, friends. What's up, everybody? It is your Queen of the Ring, Alex Lajas here. It is currently 9:39 a.m. I have been up since 4 a.m. watching the Elimination Chamber. So this is your official Elimination Chamber review, running on 2 hours of sleep. Let's see how we do. First up, the Women's Tag Team Championships, the Kabuki Warriors versus Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. I'll say this, wasn't really expecting much from the match. It was thrown together last minute. Pretty good overall. Again, this whole show was pretty predictable. It was very predictable that the Kabuki Warriors were going to win it, and they did. But big shout out to Indy Hartwell to get that hometown vibe, the hometown love. It was more so a moment for her, and she got the hot tag. It was a pretty decent match, but big shout out to Indy Hartwell for that. Now, we'll say, this whole entire show was pretty predictable. We kicked it off with a predictable match, and the rest of the show was predictable. Predictable. Jeez, words are hard. But, however, just because it was predictable doesn't mean it was bad. I think people kind of, take the, oh no, it's predictable. That means people are saying it's bad. No, it's not bad. I don't know if you guys forgot, but this is all predetermined. So yeah, it's predictable. That's okay. We're laying down the foundations, though. It's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, PLE these days. But we're laying down the foundation for everything, so it's going to be predictable, but we're on the road to WrestleMania. And with this show, we are officially on the road to WrestleMania because of the Elimination Chamber winners. So let's get to the first one. The Women's Elimination Chamber match was a solid match. That was the match of the night. Starting out with Becky Lynch and Naomi was perfection. It was a really great start to the match. Then we had Tiffany Stratton come out. Holy shit. Tiffany Stratton, strap the rocket on her, dude. MVP of the entire show. The entire show. She stole the show. I love how well she is fitting into the main roster. She did fantastic in NXT, and now this match definitely proved that she belongs on the main roster. And this match convinced me that Tiffany Stratton needs to win the Money in the Bank. Tiffy in the Bank this year in Toronto. Please, I need the bedazzled Barbie briefcase ASAP. Please. Becky Lynch won the match. Overall, it was a good match. It was a fun match. Again, predictable, sure, why not? I enjoyed the finish. It was a quick finish. Boom, bada bing. We got the spots. We got the moments. There we go. Becky Lynch wins her first Elimination Chamber and goes on to WrestleMania to face Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Spoiler alert, Rhea Ripley did win, but we'll get to that in a bit. Again, predictable show. All right, folks, predictable show. Next up, we have the Undisputed Tag Team Championships, Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest against the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. It was a match. It was a good match. I thought there could have been a little razzle-dazzle, a little switch up on the predictable show. We could have given the tag titles to New Catch Republic, get a little bit more of a fresh start. However, laying the foundations for WrestleMania. Looks like we're going to get the Judgment Day versus Awesome Truth, and R-Truth is going to win the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. Hopefully he doesn't get lost, because he got lost this time going to Australia. He was in Austria. Nobody told him where it was. Nobody could guide R-Truth. They're definitely going to win the tag titles at WrestleMania. That's Awesome Truth, folks. But the real question is, when is Damian Priest going to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase? Let's get into that discussion, because next up is the Men's Elimination Chamber match. So the Men's Elimination Chamber match, it was a good match. The women did it better, of course. No surprise there from me. A little bias, sorry, but not really a surprise. But the Men's Elimination Chamber match, was pretty good. It was all right for me, you know. Drew McIntyre won. Again, predictable. For a second there, I thought Randy Orton was going to win. And I wouldn't have been mad about it, honestly. But Drew McIntyre takes the win to go on to WrestleMania to face Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Either nights, who knows? Big shout to Kevin Owens just being ferocious in that Elimination Chamber pod. I cannot wait until the Elimination Chamber camera POVs come out, the little compilations that they always cut up. I loved when they did it with the Iconics. I'm gonna love when they do it with Kevin Owens. That's gonna be a lot of fun, especially when Kevin Owens got into the same pod and locked himself in with Logan Paul. That's gonna be a really great camera shot for that. The RKO onto Logan Paul, perfection. Loved it. It was amazing. Truly, I love every minute of that. By the way, can we not keep the Elimination Chamber door locked to have AJ Styles run in attacking LA Knight? I think that's what we're going to get for WrestleMania. Again, setting the foundation for WrestleMania. And then Logan Paul comes back and hits Randy Orton with the brass knuckles. What's going on there? Can we not keep the door closed? Are we not locking it? What's happening? What's going on? Anywho, doesn't matter because Drew McIntyre won. I didn't really love the finish to the men's Elimination Chamber match, but again, it was a predictable show. We knew what was going to happen coming out of the Elimination Chamber, the whole entire PLE, and so we got Drew McIntyre. Here's my theory about Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and Damian Priest, and the whole briefcase, and also Cody Rhodes, him finishing his story. It's just a whole clusterfuck of what's going on there because it feels like the company booked themselves in a corner for almost all of their top titles, right? You got the undisputed WWE Championship, you got the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and then you have the Money in the Bank. It just feels like everything was just booked into a corner. So here's my thing. I think night one, the way that they set it up for the Grayson Waller effect during the Elimination Chamber seems like we are going to get Seth freaking Rollins and Cody Rhodes teaming up to go against The Rock and Roman Reigns. I think to have The Rock wrestle during WrestleMania 40, he needs a tag match just to kind of cover up putting on the smoke and mirrors so that he participates at the WrestleMania milestone. It's a milestone WrestleMania. Throw in the smoke and mirrors, put him in a tag match, and then somehow he turns on Roman during that match, and then he messes with Roman's head going into night 2 to face off against Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes will finish his story. Now, here's the thing with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I think that's a good match. I think that the company are really trying to push a moment, a WrestleMania moment for Drew McIntyre. I think it's going to happen. I think it's in the cards for Drew. But we have to consider Damian Priest and the Money in the Bank. So I don't think that Damian Priest is going to pull off the heist of the century and do a cash-in at WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to happen. However, I do think that Damian Priest is going to cash in after WrestleMania. I predict at WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, and then he's going to go off, do whatever he does in a kilt, I don't know, posing in front of a graveyard or something. I don't know. Who knows? But I think Drew McIntyre is going to win at WrestleMania, and then after WrestleMania, a few weeks down the line, maybe at the Raw after Mania, Damian Priest is going to cash in. However, I think Damian Priest is going to fail his cash in. I personally think it makes more sense for Damian Priest to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase onto Drew McIntyre. They're still butting heads there. I feel there's a little bit better story with Drew and Damian Priest and then Seth Rollins. I think right now Drew McIntyre is doing great character work. Maybe it doesn't have the better story with Seth and Drew versus, Damian and Drew, but I think Damian Priest is going to cash in his Money in the Bank after WrestleMania, and he's going to fail his cash in, unfortunately. But that's okay, because Money in the Bank is this summer. So I want to know your predictions. Who do you think this year is going to win the Money in the Bank? Mr. and Mrs. I got the Mrs. It's Tiffany Stratton, so you tell me who the Mr. is. And now, the main event, the moment you guys have all been waiting for. Mommy main event, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Again, of course Rhea Ripley was going to win. Of course she was going to retain the WWE Women's World Championship. However, everybody in that match understood the assignment. Rhea Ripley is going in as the hometown hero. Nia Jax played her role. She played it very well. I think the cards aligned for that. Everyone played a very significant role during that match. It wasn't a long main event because it didn't need to be a long main event. They hit every point. They hit every nail on the head with that main event. I loved, again, that it wasn't a long main event. They just got to the point of it all, and Rhea Ripley was on top. I think it was a really good match between Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley. And again, Rhea is a mega star. She is such a mega star. And through, from the press conference to the main event, she was in her element. She understood that this was her stage. Like, she never broke out. There's little moments during her entrance where you can tell she wanted to kind of just, cry a little bit and show a little emotion. She's like, no, I understand who I am. I can't break. I'm doing this for my country. I am doing this for my people. Let's fucking go. And she did. And it was a really, really good match for her, a really good moment for her. And that's what she needed. She's a mega star. Consider where she started out. She started out in the Indies in Australia. She moved into the machine of WWE from the Mae Young Classics when she had her soccer gimmick and the blonde hair, long blonde hair. And then she moved on to NXT. Had a fantastic run in NXT. She won the NXT championship. And, hello, may we not forget 2019 Survivor Series weekend where she won the War Games, and then the night after she won the Survivor Series match. It was written in the stars for Rhea Ripley to become the megastar that we are witnessing today. It was pure foreshadowing since 2019 Survivor Series weekend, and look where we are now with her. So, at WrestleMania 40, we are going to get Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's World Championship. And my early prediction for that will be Rhea Ripley is going to retain at WrestleMania. I think she's going to go on and make a full year with that title. The question is, who is going to take it off of her? That's a question I'm going to leave off to you guys. Do you see Rhea Ripley losing the title at WrestleMania to Becky Lynch? And if not, who will eventually dethrone Mommy? All right. That is the end of this quick little Elimination Chamber review. I would love to do more of these. Let me know if you want to see more. Maybe when I'm not running on 2 hours of sleep and I look like a shaggy doll. I was going to say shaggy dog, but a doll might work as well. I'm very tired and I'm going to go to bed. I think we're all tired over here, especially in the States. Some of us are just rushing to go to bed. I know all the content creators were rushing to go to bed. I don't know how you guys do it in the UK. I really don't know how you guys do it. You guys are doing it off of the love of the craft of professional wrestling, of sports entertainment, if you will. I don't know how some of you guys do it with the AEW pay-per-views, because those AEW pay-per-views are like 8 hours long. I don't know how you guys do it with those. But with WWE, I do not envy you guys. I am not the lousy American that was complaining about the time zone. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm very tired and I'm going to go to bed. So thank you for accepting me doing this Elimination Chamber review looking like this. Anyway, Hope you enjoyed this review. I will see you guys very soon. I'm Alex Lajas. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, do all that fun stuff. Click all the links in the bios. You know what to do. Plug, plug, plug. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.